Activist Camp is a 4-day, 3-night camp for youth who are interested in becoming more engaged as activists and organizers in their schools and communities. So we bring them together for 4 days and just try and give them a crash course in everything that they would need to facilitate a workshop or even just hold discussions around social justice issues, specifically LGBTQ issues. Let's talk about the things that are affecting you in your schools, and let's talk about how you can change them, and then let's talk about how we can support you in making that change happen. We are talking a lot about just solidifying terms and basic knowledge and making sure everyone has a good baseline that they're able to talk about with a level of proficiency. So what does it mean to be LGBT? What does it mean to be non-binary or genderqueer? What does allyship look like?
We're learning about some powerful words that we can use and hopefully share with the people at our school, such as empowerment and privilege and how that affects our community. So we're taking those words and educating the people that we see back at home.
I really liked the allyship discussion. I felt like it's just sort of good to have for a group of youth, sort of pretty basic guidelines for how to be an ally to other groups, and then sort of splitting it and going in more specific how to be allies to specific groups like people of color or trans people or disabled people or people that are just different than you in some way.
For me, it was more of learning how to comfort people and how to be there for others.
So many people kind of discuss vulnerable things in a group discussion, and you can be there in that vulnerable place for them. You're sitting there and listening to it, so communicating with them, and now you're building the support system of people that are like-minded, have been through the similar experiences as you.
Really cool was the overall discussion of being non-binary. Mostly people just sharing their experiences, and that's the longest I've talked about anything related to my own gender. It's the longest I've ever spoken about it.
And so these are bigger, broader terms and issues that they are grappling with and learning how to talk about so that they can start conversations with their youth and with their schools and with their faculty. And we're also giving them a lot of hard, solid resources about how do you run a GSA meeting.
I do want to take the information I get here and try and set up a GSA in my school.
What does it look like when you're bringing 20 kids who don't necessarily know each other into a space and you're also their age and you're being asked to lead them? A lot of these youth aren't necessarily coming from communities where they have big support systems of other out queer young people or older people who are willing to listen and talk to them. So being able to just give them a lot of free time to hang out, get to know one another, build connections and build that community.
The friendships and relationships you develop at Activist Camp, they do definitely last. I've had friends from my very first Activist Camp till now, and it keeps me coming back.
Hopefully they will become resources for each other when they go back into their individual lives.